Welcome to the Emperor Snowman. If you're new here, blast that subscribe button and sound that alarm. If you're returning, thanks for the support. In tonight's video, I will break down the 8 most feared super weapons throughout the galaxy. Number 8 on our list was not built to be a super weapon, but it contains enough destructive power to ravage an entire planet. The Aeon Engine harnessed the bright star crystal on Mustafar. However, when Lady Corvax activated the engine in an attempt to restore her husband to life, the engine generated a shock wave that completely eradicated Mustafar's surface. While the planet itself survived, it became a volcanic, unstable hell world. The Aeon Engine is the first weapon in Star Wars history to be capable of ravaging an entire planet, though unlike the Starkiller Base, it did not obliterate the planet. Considering the Aeon Engine was created thousands of years prior to the creation of the Death Star, that is impressive. Next on our list was created by Sabine Wren and rebuilt by the Empire. It was a weapon designed to kill Mandalorians wearing Beskar. The arc pulse generator, or better known as the Duchess, could be reconfigured, however, to target other materials such as stormtrooper armor. However, when Sabine realized the Empire was going to use the weapon against her people, she sabotaged it and ran away. The weapon was rebuilt afterwards and used by Admiral Thrawn and the Mandalorian clan Saxon, loyal to the Empire against the rebellious clan Wren. But the rebuilt weapon was far weaker than Sabine's original design. This led to Sabine once again sabotaging the weapon by using it to eradicate the stormtroopers instead of Mandalorians. Number 6. Darth Mormon's super weapon. Darth Mormon considered his super weapon a failure, but not because it wasn't an incredibly powerful super weapon. Built prior to the Clone Wars, the super weapon was capable of eradicating an entire city from space by bombarding it with a laser blast. So if it could erase a city, why did Mormon see it as a failure? Simple. Mormon didn't want to just destroy a city. He wanted to freeze the victims in time so he could savor the look of horror in their eyes as the realization of their death dawned upon them. Mormon considered simply killing thousands of people to be a failure. He wanted to relish in their pain. Moving into the top 5 is the First Order Superlaser siege cannons, which were miniaturized Death Star lasers powered by kyber crystals. However, unlike the Death Star Superlasers themselves, they are a lot less powerful. During the Battle of Crate, the First Order uses them to tear down blast doors protecting the Resistance. Still, while the siege cannons aren't capable of blowing up a planet like the Death Star, that doesn't make them any less dangerous. The blast cannons pierce through just about any defense, creating a concentrated laser that obliterates everything in its path. Unfortunately, these are heavy weapons that require significant length of time to power up, making the siege cannons vulnerable targets. Number 4 on our list may come to you as a surprise. The First Order's Axial Superlasers were mounted on Zyston-class Star Destroyers. The Final Order's Axial Superlasers were capable of obliterating a planet. Each laser used a kyber crystal fueled by the Star Destroyer's core to channel a sustained blast through the crust of a planet. The pulsating blast would then trigger the planet's core, causing it to explode. What's so dangerous about the Axial Superlaser is that there were numerous Star Destroyers under the Final Order's command that possessed it. A fleet of them could, in theory, obliterate an entire system in seconds. The reason why this weapon is not higher on our list because no one had seen or even knew about the fleet of these super weapons except for the Resistance. Number 3 on our list is the biggest and baddest super weapon of all, but wasn't around long enough to put fear in every mind of the galaxy. While the Final Order's Axial Superlasers are powerful, Starkiller Base is one single weapon, a planet turned into a force of raw power. It first consumes an entire star for fuel, then channels that sheer energy into a series of blasts capable of destroying multiple planets in one strike. Starkiller Base is a massive weapon that requires both an on-ground and aerial assault to activate, and it could only be detonated while it contained a vast amount of energy inside of it. If the Resistance failed to destroy Starkiller Base, it would have undeniably been powerful enough to lay waste to all the First Order's opposition in a series of targeted hits. We finally reached our top two, and yes, they are the same weapon that were active at two different times. The second Death Star never demonstrates its planetary destructive power, but that didn't make it any less powerful. In fact, the second Death Star was actually more dangerous than the first. The weapon took far less time to charge up, making it a much faster weapon. It was able to defend itself by targeting ships with its super laser. However, due to its incomplete nature, it was far easier for Lando Calrissian to detonate. He just flew inside the core, shot it, and flew away. If the second Death Star had been completed, however, it might have been the perfect force of destruction. And we have arrived to our number one feared Star Wars superweapon. The Death Star was the most feared superweapon of all time. When word got out that it had obliterated Alderaan and all its inhabitants, mass hysteria flowed across the galaxy. The Death Star contained enough raw power to obliterate an entire planet by detonating its core. Powered by kyber crystals, it can reduce a planet to cinders. While the weapon is ultimately obliterated, that does not make it any less powerful. Every single superweapon after the Death Star used it as a model, proving its worthiness at the top of our list. Thanks for watching, and if you think we missed a superweapon or a different ranking, then let us know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
You have failed me for the last time.